Bravo Whiskey is at 14,400 feet, descending 12,000 feet.
Welcome, friends. As promised,
Descend and maintain 11,000 feet, Cessna 3 Bravo Whiskey.
we're headed to Milan. Just 46 miles from Milan at this point.
Descend and maintain 10,000 feet, Cessna 3 Bravo Whiskey.
And here we've only got one-way ATC, again, as usual. Seems to be common lately. I'm not complaining, though. It's better than a CTD. 220.
Descend and maintain 9,100 feet, Cessna 3 Bravo Whiskey.
So all we can hear is our transmissions to them. We cannot hear ATC's transmissions to us. Anyway, we are
Descend and maintain 9,800 feet, Cessna 3 Bravo
getting
Whiskey.
lots of constantly changing descent instructions, which is common in the sim when you're flying over mountains. The sim is
Descend and maintain 11,000 feet, Cessna 3
confused.
Bravo Whiskey.
So you eventually kind of just have to don't constantly change your
Descend and maintain 10,000 feet, Cessna
altitude
3
settings
Bravo Whiskey.
because it's going to constantly give you contradictory instructions. Anyway, we took off from Teterboro 6 hours, 48 minutes, 16 seconds ago.
Descend and maintain 9,300 feet, Cessna 3 Bravo Whiskey.
There it is, 6:48:27.
Descend and maintain 8,400 feet, Cessna 3 Bravo Whiskey.
8,400. The area just to the northwest of Milan is very, very mountainous. So you get sort of these
Descend and maintain 7,700 feet, Cessna
Goofy
3 Bravo Whiskey.
descent instructions. But we're 39 miles out now, 12,400 feet, so our altitude's
Descend
fine.
and maintain 8,500 feet, Cessna 3 Bravo Whiskey.
So the 215. 8,500 now.
Descend and maintain 7,200 feet, Cessna 3 Bravo Whiskey.
You see what I deal with here. Anyway,
Going to 132
local time
4:32
4:32 a.m.
Bravo Whiskey.
4:32 a.m. You can
Malpensa approach Cessna November 343 Bravo
See
Whiskey is at 12,100
distant
feet,
city lights.
descending 7,200 feet.
no sign of the dawn, however. We're going to be approaching and landing at ILS
Descend
17
and maintain
left.
7,800 feet,
Zulu.
Cessna 3 Bravo Whiskey.
ILS frequency 110.75. 30 miles out now. It's still 35 miles out, 11,000
Descend
feet.
and
So
maintain 7,200 feet, Cessna 3 Bravo Whiskey.
continue to slow, and we'll increase our descent rate slightly because we are a bit high.
Descend and maintain 7,900 feet, Cessna 3
Oh.
Bravo Whiskey.
Boy, is that irritating.
Descend and maintain 6,500 feet, Cessna
Now we're
3
down to
Bravo
6,500. Airport elevation at Milan,
Whiskey.
Malpensa,
Descend and maintain 7,900 feet, Cessna
768
3 Bravo
feet.
Whiskey.
Eventually, you just have no choice but to begin ignoring them. Local time, UTC 3:33 a.m. Malpensa, Milan is +1, so 4:33 a.m. And as I say, ILS runway
Descend and maintain
17 left.
7,300 feet, Cessna 3 Bravo Whiskey.
7,300 feet. We got us all over the place. 31 miles out, 10,300 feet. We're okay on our altitude. Slow us down again, 205. It's a nice flight. This is the absolute limit of the range of the Longitude. Longitude's range is 3,500 nautical miles. Milan, distance from Teterboro to Milan is 3,472 nautical miles. 4,000
Descend and
miles.
maintain 6,700 feet, Cessna 3 Bravo Whiskey.
Anyway, it's kind of, we're on, in theory, would be on fumes, but as it happens, we got great winds going across the Atlantic from west-east. I suspect this is not a flight that this aircraft could make non-stop from Milan to Teterboro, from east to west, but from west to east,
Descend and maintain 6,000
problem.
feet, Cessna 3 Bravo Whiskey.
6,000. Okay, now let's slow us down a bit more, and we'll increase our
Descend
descent
and
rate now.
maintain 5,000 feet, Cessna 3 Bravo Whiskey.
5,000 now. Once you get over the mountains, it settles down and stops giving you constantly
Descend and maintain
changing
4,500 feet, Cessna 3 Bravo Whiskey.
descent instructions. 4,500. 26 miles out now, 8,700 feet. It's a little 195.
Landing gear. Landing gear.
Speed
Landing
brakes
gear.
just to shut him up,
Landing gear.
get our speed down. There we go. Weather in Milan, beautiful. 54 degrees. Weather's described as foggy in real life. We'll see if the sim replicates that. Still do 190, and we'll do
Landing
more
gear.
speedy brakes.
Landing gear. Landing gear.
There we go. Look outside real quick. Fantastic. Just beautiful. 22 miles out now, 7,200 feet. Altitude's perfect. Shallower descent rate, 1,200 feet per minute. Doesn't look foggy to me here in the sim, but that's it's okay. We don't know what it's going to be like at the actual airfield. See our approach. Vafra. That's where we'll make a slight left turn, then a nice sharp right turn for final. Turn off half bank mode. 20 miles out, 6,500 feet. Perfect. Shallow to 1,000 feet per minute. Lights. No sign of the dawn, not surprisingly. Sunrise, probably not for another, I don't know. I mean, sunrise here in the West Coast is about 7 a.m. right now before the time change that's coming up. But it still looks fantastic as we descend here over northwestern Italy. You can't see it, but that's that dark
Descend
shadow.
to maintain 3,000 feet.
Lake
Keep speed
Maggiore.
not above 185, not Cessna Tree Bravo
Lake
Whiskey.
Maggiore. 185, they said, huh? All right, we're almost there anyway. We're at 190. There's that gentle left turn. Now the only question is whether or not we get CTD 7 hours into a flight. It's always an issue. 16 miles out, 5,200 feet. Increase our descent rate very slightly to 1,200 feet per minute. We are receiving ILS information from the airport. IMSL 10.8 nautical miles. And you can see the white diamond showing us high. 14 miles out, 4,800 feet. Remember, airport elevation's 800 feet. Winds are calm. It's a little 180. We're not getting further descent instructions, so I'm not going to stop descending. So we'll continue our descent. Setting at 3,500. Turn right here momentarily.
Tower on 121.
There's our tower handoff.
Cessna
That's
3
good.
Bravo Whiskey.
Notch of flaps.
Malpensa Tower Cessna November 343 Bravo Whiskey 10 miles north inbound ILS Zulu
175.
runway 17 left approach.
ILS is coming up. There's that white diamond.
Cleared to land runway 17 left
Nice.
Cessna 3 Bravo Whiskey.
Shallower descent rate. 600 feet per minute. We should start our right turn here. There it goes. Come on. There it goes. Beautiful. Fantastic. Beautiful. Just beautiful. Airport's going to come into sight here momentarily. I'm going to switch over to nav source, nav 1. Oh, it's already done it for us. Let's activate EPPR. There's the runway. 17 left. We're on the glide slope. Beautiful. Go outside, put down the gear. We're 9.1 nautical miles out. Here. Doesn't look foggy to me here in Milan, but Sim doesn't always get it right. Other notch of flaps. Slow to our approach speed, 138. More landing gear alarms. 138. Set. Speed brakes confirmed retracted. Zoom in on MFD. Exit right. Reconfirm lights on. Full flaps now, friends. Good. We remain on glide slope. Showing a minor tailwind of 3 knots. Not going to be an issue. I'm seeing the poppies. I'm seeing 2 reds, 2 whites on 17 left there. Airspeed looks good. 139. Showing us 1500 AGL. Confirm gear down, full flaps. Switch to landing view mode. Disconnect the auto throttle. Airspeed's perfect. 12,000 foot long runway. 3-mile final into LIMC, Lima, India, Mike, Charlie, Milan. Still on glide slope, perfect. Airspeed's perfect. Stabilized approach. Looks beautiful. Everything looks fantastic. Wait for the 500 call out. Nicely aligned. 500 on ForeFlight, 570 on InSim. Still got 2 and 2 on the poppies, looking really good.
500.
Autopilot.
Autopilot.
And the airplane. Approach course confirmed, 165. Nice offset threshold. 1 white, 3 reds. 2 and 2. Spoilers are up. Reverser's on. Hope to make that first turn, but I'm not going to make it. Make the next one. .65 knots. Sort of an awkward turn here that we're making to the right, but we'll make it. Got it. No problem.
121.9 Cessna 3 Bravo Whiskey.
It's a ground handoff. All right, friends. Welcome to Milan, Italy. 4:45 in the morning. It's all right. Let's go outside real quick. Barn doors down. Flaps retracted. All right. Landing lights are off, pulse lights off. Contact ground. Boy, it's a big airport. Taxi to parking.
Ground
20th
November,
busiest.
343 Bravo Whiskey Taxi. to
20th
parking.
busiest airport in Europe. Stop our timer. 7 hours,
Taxi
1
to
minute.
General Aviation
45
parking
seconds.
Using taxiway Charlie Bravo Charlie Delta Echo. Cross runway 17 right Delta Alpha.
Oh
Whiskey
God,
Kilo
they got us
Cessna
going to the
3
whole
Bravo
opposite
Whiskey.
side of the airport. I never did get a altimeter correction because I can't hear ATC, but I show us now at 3021. That's a weird bug and one I don't like. I mean, I don't like any bugs, but it's just annoying when you can't hear important things like what the correct altimeter is. But again, I put everything in perspective compared to, you know, CTVs. We just flew a 7-hour flight across the North Atlantic to Italy for this very early morning arrival. We're glad to be here as we meander our way. What do you say we do high-speed taxi, huh? To our parking spot. Early morning arrival, good grief. I actually I did accelerated rate of play on this because I just had so much going on today. I didn't have 7 free hours. So I actually took off about 1:30 this afternoon in West Coast time. And it's now 6:30. So slightly abbreviated. But, you know, for the sim to be stable, crossing 17 right, with permission. For the sim to be stable enough for me to do a 7-hour transatlantic flight is a good sign. Concerning its stability and the driver rollback I did. I know a lot of you guys ran into that problem that I did as well. And I mean, the rollback seems pretty obviously to have solved our problems. There's somebody else on final. Apparently from the opposite direction. It's one thing about these long flights is, you know, when you set the flight up, the sim assigns you an arrival runway that's based on prevailing conditions. And those conditions can change over the course of 7 hours. Interestingly, though, yeah, real-time weather describes fog in Milan. I'm not seeing fog at all. Outside air temperature, it's like 10 degrees Celsius. There's our parking space. All right, friends. We're back in Europe. Get outside just to get our bearings. So you got a yellow line. No marshaller? Maybe he's still asleep. Oh no, he's there. Let's kill our taxi light so we don't blind him. I think, there we go. Perfect. All right, friends. Parking brake, right engine. And there we are in Italy. Fun. Fantastic. Pedostatics off. What did I say the outside air temperature was? Yeah, 10. No wind data. Sky looks beautiful. Well, safe in Milan. Go ahead and kill our left engine. Already took care of our timer, so we'll kill our left engine. Our abbreviated shutdown procedures. So KTEB, Teterboro, to LIMC, Milan, Italy. Showing total time of flight, 4 hours, 38 minutes, 22 seconds. In reality, we saw was 7 hours, 1 minute, or roughly thereabouts. But again, once we got up to our cruising altitude of 43,000 feet, we accelerated our rate of play on this Halloween Eve. Let's go outside real quick and look at our little navigraph, little nav map, whatever it's called. See if we got this flight. Yes, there it is. Beautiful. got it perfect. Here's where we took off from Teterboro. Saw we did an interesting departure out of runway 19er. And right along over Connecticut. Headed out over Boston. Halifax, Newfoundland. Standard North Atlantic track. Just south of Ireland. Just skirted the southwestern coast of, very southwestern coast of England. Crossed over the French coast here at LFRF, LFRD, Saint-Malo, Granville, and flew over France, and then eventually headed over Switzerland, flew over the Alps, and then here's our approach. Boom. Looks beautiful. Look at all the airplanes. Look at all the airplanes. Jesus. Anyway, that was fun, and we'll see where we head next, but we're in Milan, Italy, and we're happy to be here, and we appreciate you joining us for another exciting adventure in the ongoing adventures of November 343 Bravo Whiskey. Busy week at work for me this week, so we'll see where we fly next. I always fly in real time, so in the West Coast, and we're in Europe, so there may be some night flying in our immediate future, but that's all right with me, and we're happy to have you join us along for the ride on our ongoing adventures. Have a great week, everybody. Take care.